With a career spanning over 35 years, I began my journey as a professional trader in physical energy trading. Over time, I gained experience in derivatives and over the counter markets, gradually expanding my understanding of financial products, including options and derivatives. I had the opportunity to work as a lead trader for major global international energy companies and investment banks, where I navigated the complexity of the financial arena. Seeking new opportunities, I later transitioned into proprietary trading, using my accumulated insights to inform strategic financial decisions. Driven by a genuine interest in helping others navigate the financial landscape, I eventually founded an advisory financial service. My approach to trading and financial consultancy is grounded in a commitment to continuous improvement and learning from a wealth of experience, with the goal of providing valuable guidance to those I serve. Thank you for joining me today. We all know that perfection in trading is unattainable, but striving for it is what gets us closer to success. Traders' goal isn't to be flawless, but to constantly improve and minimize the common mistakes that can hinder our progress. What separates successful traders from the rest are often the small, detailed adjustments that go unnoticed by most. Today, I'll be walking you through some of the most common mistakes traders make, particularly in options trading, and share insights into how you can avoid them. Now, I'll be the first to admit that I've made these mistakes myself, and even on days when I was making money. But the key here is not to dwell on the mistakes, but to learn from them. So let's dive into this with an open mind. Understanding market edge. The first mistake many traders make is not having a real edge in the market. Consistently making money in trading comes down to a simple principle: buy low and sell high. This might sound obvious for stock and futures traders, but it often becomes convoluted when we move into options trading. Some traders believe that using a specific option structure, like an iron condor or a ratio spread, will give them an edge. Let me be clear. The structure itself does not provide an edge. Your edge lies in the price of the options you're trading. Building a complex strategy doesn't eliminate risk. It often just shifts it to areas you're not paying attention to. You need to focus on finding opportunities where you're buying underpriced options and selling overpriced ones. Psychology and risk management. Risk control and discipline are important, but they're not the most crucial elements of trading. Without an edge, risk control is useless. If you think discipline alone will make you successful, it's like buying a lottery ticket once a week, thinking that your strict budget will guarantee a win. Instead, focus on doing things that are hard, finding trades with a true edge, where the market is giving you an opportunity to profit. The illusion of personal qualities as edge. Many traders believe their personal qualities, being a hard worker, being smart, or holding advanced degrees, translate into trading success. But in reality, these qualities alone won't give you an edge. What matters is how you apply your intelligence and hard work to find and exploit opportunities that others have missed. For example, fundamental analysis, such as interpreting news, is not likely to give you an edge. The market are efficient at processing widely available information. Similarly, technical analysis, while useful in some cases, has been studied extensively and often fails to consistently produce results after accounting for transaction cost. Trading volatility, not direction. If you are an options trader, you are primarily a volatility trader. Many people focus solely on the direction of the market, thinking that if they predict the market will go up, they'll simply buy calls. But without considering volatility, you're missing half the picture. Even if you're right about the market's direction, paying the wrong price for an option can lead to losses over time. Now, you need to pay attention to implied volatility, the price of the bet you're making, and realize volatility, which is the actual movement of the market. One key point to remember is that volatility tends to decrease as the market moves up in stocks and indexes. So if you're a long call with low delta, out of the money. Your potential for gains diminishes as prices move up and your trade becomes more successful regarding direction, but loose on implied volatility. The black swan myth. I want to address the common belief in the so-called black swan events, rare and unpredictable occurrences that can lead to extreme market movements. Many traders think they can profit from these events by purchasing far out of the money options. However, studies have shown that these black swan options are often the most overpriced instruments in the market. While it's true that rare events are underpriced in traditional statistical models, the option market tends to overcompensate for this by pricing these options like lottery tickets. Over time, this can erode your returns if you're consistently betting on these high-risk, low-probability trades. Selling overpriced options. Now, let's talk about what you can do with this knowledge. Most options, especially at the money options, are usually overpriced. This is because sellers, like myself, demand compensation for taking on the asymmetric risk of unlimited downside and limited upside. The key to success is not simply selling options blindly, but identifying cases where the market has fairly priced or mispriced volatility. Selling options is often a profitable strategy, but only if you're certain that the volatility implied in the option's price is right to compensate for the risk taken. Remember, edge comes from knowing when volatility is fair or mispriced, not just from selling options indiscriminately. In conclusion, my goal today was to highlight the importance of finding edge, avoiding common psychological pitfalls, and understanding the true nature of options trading. Trading isn't easy, and it shouldn't be. But by focusing on the details, on continuously improving your knowledge and your strategy, you can significantly increase your chances of success.